Hello.
On.
We're on. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let's ripple. Hello, everyone. We're all here and rippling.
Rippling.
How you feeling?
Good.
You look like
You're really good.
a wild animal.
You look like a jungle. Camouflage.
Camouflage, and you're gonna just like pop out.
Jump out.
Like a tiger.
And a leopard.
Okay, you're a leopard?
Yes.
Like a leopard. And I'm just like, what, food for a vegetarian?
Yes.
It's nice. I got this shirt from Okinawa.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you very much. That's
Yeah.
really nice. And then, but it's got a little nice Nehru collar from India. Look at that. How fancy do I look?
Very.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How is everyone out there? Pretty good. Nice to see you again on a Tuesday.
1 o'clock
And
again.
it's a little bit cold here still.
Just a little bit, yes. Yesterday morning, it's not a little bit, not around here, but just by the mountains.
Got some belting in customers' time.
Yeah, should be all right.
Okay.
It's okay.
Just
Yes.
wandering around. Right. And what about the week? You had a nice week?
Yeah, we had this event last week.
Right.
Yeah, it was a new moon.
The new moon. How did that work out for you? We had a few people. They get it all the audio and everything sorted out. Some
Yes.
moon rings and stuff. And we had people from everywhere, didn't we? It was like Australia. And
Yeah,
it was
Australia.
like a Zoom event.
We had the real event here, just behind us, and we connected to the Zoom, and we did the online at the same time. And yeah, there's people from Australia, people from other parts of Japan, and the locals that came here.
Yeah, there were a couple of locals too, which was
Yeah,
nice.
so it's
Yeah, it was a
really
nice little thing. And hopefully we can do another little event like that
Yeah.
again. And that was all very cool. So it brings us to today's episode, volume 24.
24.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Welcome to, we've done 24 volumes already. That's like half a year. Wow.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not too bad.
almost. We're getting there.
We're improving. Thank you for hanging out with us and watching us.
Thank
And
you.
we basically, this whole thing was set up to talk about our place,
Well, onsen in general.
onsens in general.
Yeah.
And hopefully educate, and in English, educate some of the people out there, the locals, and even people planning to come and try it out, and some people who are not sure. So hopefully we've done a little bit of help and assistance in that area for
Hope so.
everyone. Yeah, and anyone who has a little bit more knowledge and a bit of fun facts about the onsens.
Well, some stuff I don't even know, so I'm just learning from doing this. He's studying a lot.
Oh, study.
You read
Work.
stuff.
Work, study, who does that stuff?
It's not 4-letter words,
Work is a 4-letter word.
but that is. But this is not.
Okay.
This is fun.
I was always curious though. I mean, like, we have these terms, and especially being an English teacher, I've had this onsen, and I figured like, well, there's Japanese terminology, there's English terminology, and I've always had the problem of when, my friends or something, oh, what's that? And I speak Japanese. And I said, well, it doesn't really translate into English a lot of the time. It's just, it's funny like that. It's hard to get, sometimes I can't really get it. And even you have that trouble too. So
Yeah.
when they, what does that mean in English? And you're like, well, it's not like this. So I find
It's like direct translation, but something doesn't get translated that way.
yeah, and I like some of the Japanese language. It's just, we just don't have it for English.
Yeah.
Like choki.
Cut.
Well,
have
that's, yeah, but we say cut. We don't say cut. Well, you do, especially if you're in a movie. You're like cut. But it's
a
not like
different kind of cutting.
But the actual word choki.
Yeah.
I love that. So explain, what is choki?
Choki means just cut the paper. Choki.
But you don't say, well, I can say in English it'd be like, what does it mean? Cut the paper. Cut.
We
say-
have the thing about kawaii. I guess choki is kind of in the kawaii area. I don't know.
It's hard to even explain kawaii because, it has such a wide range.
Yeah, anything could be kawaii.
And I say, oh, what does that mean? Is it cute? Well, not exactly. It does have, which comes to the idea of what we're talking about today is Onsen, what is that? How do you directly translate that into English?
Well, onsen, it's got two kanji characters, and on means warm, and sen means spring. So that's warm spring.
Spring
It's like
as
hot
in
spring.
hot spring.
As in, yeah.
Let's talk about some definitions then, shall we?
Okay.
Let's get to the terms.
All right.
Well,
It's
how
like
about
school.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Welcome
He used
to
to be a
the-
teacher. So.
I used to be. I was. Yes.
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 So come on, teach us something.
All right. Well, I know I'm under pressure to perform now. Performance
No.
anxiety. Oh.
No, you're a good performer. It's all
Am I?
right. Yes.
All right. Let's go back even before. So we've got onsen. We've got a couple of other words associated with this one. Spa is the first one. What do you know about spa?
Spa,
Anything?
by just the sound of the word, it gives me this image of like really nice luxury place.
Yeah.
And yeah, the ladies with the towels on their heads just walking around.
That's just
nicely.
here. I can see them around.
But different kind of atmosphere. It's very high class.
Okay.
That's my image.
Well, I think, that's the other thing with words and language in every country and all around the world. Once you get the word, I think the image, and that's how we teach though, basically. When we're kids, you hold up a picture of an apple, say there's an apple. So you associate with whatever you do, whatever word you use, and that's the image that you have. And that changes as you get older and as, trends and fashions. Spa originally comes from, let's try it. Belgium. Yes. Which is an actual town.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
name the town.
The town is called Spa.
Okay.
And we've
Interesting.
got some
Yeah,
customers
so-
coming in. So let me explain a little bit here. So I think we got to go back in history now. The town, I'm not sure how the town got its name, but I'm assuming it's from the water. And it's basically water. That's mineral water, a lot of high iron content in the water. And around the medieval times, people were having a lot of problems with the iron deficiency in their body. And they found out that by drinking this water, which was high content, did you get all that? High content, drinking water had a high content of minerals and stuff, which helped people, and that came from this particular spot, Spa, which was a town, and the whole town ended up being named Spa. And of course, after that, but this was in the medieval times, but of course, well before that, we've had uses of water being used as healing treatments and things like that. Even like the Romans. Way back there and before, right in the dawn of time, people have been using water as a healing, even in the seawater, because it's got salt as a purifying thing. So, but anyway, that's how we get the word spa. But of course, and I think the Belgian one is only basically a cold
water.
Cold water, which is mineral water.
Just for drinking, sir.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that. You'll have to do your own research on that one. But so that's it in town. And then we also have another similar town in England called Bath. Can you believe it? Excellent. Which hopefully we can get on our little excursion and kind of go to Europe one day, hopefully, and check out all these little places like Bath and Spa, and come back with that one. So basically that's how we get the word spa from Belgium, and we've got some issues here. No, that's all right. She's got it under control. And I'd like to do a show from Belgium. So if we got any people out there in Belgium that want to sponsor us for a trip,
What's that?
people from Belgium that want to sponsor us for a trip,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
please, yes, we can
We'll
come
be
in.
there.
We can do some research into the Belgian side of things. But that's how we get it. That's the word spa. But of course now we also have the term spa, which can be used as any kind of mineral water, or the image comes up with a resort hotel.
Yes.
But basically the origins would be water. So that's how we get spa. Hot spring.
Hot spring.
What do you know about that?
Well, hot means hot.
And spring means
Spring means
Well, that's basically it. It's very, there's no, I couldn't find anything really about the definition of it apart from exactly that.
yeah, spring water,
Spring
which
water.
is warm.
Yeah, the only one thing that has to be with the spring water is that it has to be like geothermally warm.
Geothermally
That's the
warm.
new word for the day, geothermally, people.
What does it mean?
Well, it means
the
basically,
earth.
yes, you got
Inside
it.
the
Well,
earth.
Go for it, yeah.
There's magma inside, and it gets magma. I don't know if anyone can get this. Anyways, yeah, the water that's being heated by magma or some kind of salt within like the earth. So it could be magma, volcanic, or how do you call it? Fermented, like yeah, things get fermented inside the ground, it gets warm, get heated up. I guess that kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's basically it. That's how and there's no real definition of what kind of spring it is, whether it's water that's been lying on the surface that's heated up, or water that's coming from underground that's been heated up, or even gases. So when we took the term, and there's no temperature control either, as
Yeah.
I think the definition is warmer than its surrounding area. But the cue is it has to be heated geothermally, so from underground
Yeah.
heat. That's it, from the core of the earth, or any kind of magma or any kind of lava flow that heats it up. That's what it is. But it could be gases as well. So
Yeah.
a hot spring, yeah. And it could be like the big jet fountain, like as we
It's like the one in
Yellowstone.
yeah, that's it. Just
Old Faithful. Yeah, so that's even considered. So that whole area there. So whether you bathe in it or get burnt, it's up to you. But there's no law or no. It's just that's the definition. Hot water coming from the ground, or hot steam, or hot gas coming from the ground is called a hot spring. So in that side of things, everything that's heated from the ground can be termed as a hot spring.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no borderline crossing. So
Could be just a pure water that's already warm
yes,
when it comes out, or water with lots of minerals, which is like the onsen spa.
which I had a look at. There's pretty much hot springs everywhere in every continent. There's tons of places.
Yeah.
There isn't any in Canberra in Australia, but there are in every other state in Australia except
Canberra. I
our
wonder why.
capital city. I don't know. Maybe they're full of gas as it is. I'm not sure, but there's nothing in Canberra. I'll leave that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. That's hot spring. So basically, this is a hot spring,
yeah.
and every other place that has hot water coming out naturally is a hot spring. So there's no clear definition. But let's talk about onsen, because there is a clear definition there.
Okay.
Tell me about it. Do you know anything about what is an onsen? Well, you should
Oh, I've been tested.
test.
Well, in Japan, the onsen has to be more than certain degrees that's coming out from the ground. which
24.
is 24 degrees. So
Which is 75 Fahrenheit for the Fahrenheiters,
Fahrenheit in the States.
and all the Celsiuses.
24.
24. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah.
And the other thing about the onsen with the temperature, anything above that is considered an onsen too.
Yeah.
It's just not below that.
It's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it has to have certain minerals in the water, which I'm not really sure the details. If you want to
There is a
know, you
list
can
of it,
just
yeah.
Google it.
Yeah, there is a list of materials. And it's not only just it has to have these materials, it has to be of a certain concentration. So there is a percentage of what you want. Because even if it's lower than that, you say, no, you officially can't call this an onsen.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But that's how we get the term onsen, because they made a law. This is.
Yeah. Has to be this.
Do you know when they made that law?
I don't know. Sorry.
Would have been that a while ago.
Must be.
Yeah. Because the actual idea of bathing and things like that go way back before that. So there's no
Long time ago.
But the actual, then there was like the little resort areas and spa hotels and medicinal properties where the government kind of said, well, no, this is called an onsen, and this is called, which kind of like, yeah, I get it. It's good. It's understand. So there we go. Very clear, basic. Everything is a hot spring, but an onsen is very different, and a spa is very different.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to do, and was what we were talking about this earlier, is like there's certain images that you get from names. You don't have to really change into English because you already know what it is. Like, for example, spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Well, what is that in English? You know?
Spaghetti.
Well, or pasta.
Yeah.
It's like we know what it is because it's got an image. It's very and it's universally used. I'd like to try and push onsen as one of those words.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. It's
I
like
think it's-
sushi, you know.
Yeah.
When we say sushi, now pretty much everyone in the world knows what sushi is.
Right.
Just like that, the Japanese word becomes the universal language. Yeah, universal word. So,
I think we should try it.
onsen
That's what we're
should
trying to
be-
do. That's our goal for the next however long it takes.
It only takes
Like that.
second like that.
Pass the word, people. This is nonsense. And it creates a picture. Like, I think most people understand that. But some people might not. They might say, oh, it's a hot spring.
Yeah, well, it's all right, but you know,
And I've explained it to people. They say, oh, so what do you do? Well, I run a onsen. And they're like, huh? And I have to explain, well, it's kind of like a spa and a hot spring,
yeah, kind of like that.
but it's an onsen. So if we can associate like the image of the Japanese style, and then when you Google, as soon as you put onsen in the computer, all of a sudden you get these pictures of someone's, a Japanese person sitting in a bar.
Yeah.
And then you get that, well, this is an onsen. But there's probably, I'd like to have that.
Yeah,
Very
we want to
easy.
push it. Let other people know what onsen.
It happens naturally, though. I mean, then
It does.
eventually you get more and more people talking about it, and then more and more people understand it.
But people has to experience it first, what onsen is, because it is different from spa.
Yeah.
Once you go in and experience it, you just know it. You know, some places got really, of course, beautiful, nice place. They call the onsen, but there's different kinds of onsen. Like some onsens are really pure onsen, which just comes out from the ground, like our onsen is. And other places, because of the amount of water that's coming out from the ground, or any other reasons, they might have to use the onsen water in a different way. They might have to heat it up, or they might have to filter it to reuse it. So there's different styles, but
You've been doing a lot of this. I know you're talking to a few people down south, and you're using the term pure onsen. Can you explain that one a little bit? I know you're trying to get a little summit going as well. Yeah, we'll talk about that soon.
Well, pure onsen means just pure, like very organic, very much what comes out from the ground. We just use it as is. And instead of reusing it by filtering it or putting, like chemicals in it, nothing. Just use as a pure natural onsen.
But that's not knocking the other onsens. Everyone has a different onsen, a different type. But some people do. And I think also with all the laws and regulations, sometimes a lot of the pure onsens aren't pure onsens anymore. They've changed a little
there's some
bit.
laws that, in certain areas, they have different laws in different prefectures. So even though this particular place can use the onsen as a pure onsen, but by law, they might have to use the chemical.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so they have no choice. That could happen, but
Yeah, I've heard some stories about that in local area where the onsen's built around an area where it's a lot of housing or something, and they have to like control any kind of chemicals that come out, and so they have to have separators and all sorts of things that are being used just for safety reasons.
for safety reason as well, but
And that cuts out but yeah, we're kind of lucky because we do have that open area and an open space. And I think also in the Tokachi area, this area here, which we've talked about a little bit before, this is kind of unique as well. because even though we do come under the term onsen, it's all in the right properties. And the actual onsen around this whole area here is a little bit different. It was like a marshland, all of Tokachi before, and pretty much similar to what maybe Florida was, or even Venice in that time. And then over the years they built over it, but all the vegetation has gone down, seeped in through. So all the waters was in the marsh area and seeped in. Then it's heated up again and then come back out. So it's filtered 3 or 4 times. So you get this filtered through vegetation and not just cracks in the.
There's layers.
There's layers of it. So yeah, so that's unique too. So when you say pure onsen, even a pure onsen in Tokachi is very different from pure onsen from the other places.
Yeah,
too.
there's different kinds of onsens, you know, like salty onsen, there's like oil kind of mixed onsen, or all these different onsens. But wherever they are, if they're using the onsen as is from the ground, then we call it pure onsen, 100%, or maybe they might put a bit of water to just adjust the temperature and stuff, but try to use the onsen as much as they can, like naturally.
Yeah.
So it's quite rare. It's not many facilities can do that because of the amount of water that's coming out.
That's the other thing too, isn't it? The actual amount of water comes out.
Yeah, I'm just amazed. Like our place, it's been 49 years since we started this onsen, and every day, 24/7, there's so much amount of water's coming out from the ground, which we have to think that we're very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, coming from 2 places, India and Australia.
Yeah. Lack of water.
A lack of water, and yeah, so I kind of want to turn it off. Can we just turn it off and save it for another day? But I guess that's what.
That way.
No, it doesn't. That's a part of nature as well. So, so yeah, it's
So
kind
we're
of
going to be very grateful, thankful to use this water, which we do, and we're just happy that people that comes here can enjoy it as is.
I wonder how much water is just pumping out. How many liters of water? I know in some of the areas like Beppu and stuff, it's like the highest amount of water in the world. It just gets
just
pumping out constantly.
I know. It's amazing when you think about it. It's the power of nature.
It is.
Yeah, it's a gift from the earth. That's what I call it.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because in the Hokkaido area and all this area around here, I think the Ainu had a word for it. Was it medicine water or something?
Medicine water.
Medicine water land. Or so it's not, so, you know, we talk about spa and hot spring, but it's nothing new. People have been doing this, and animals, and right from the dawn of time. Yeah. So it is one of those little pressure points, if you like.
Of the earth.
Of the earth. One of the spots where you push it and it comes out.
Makes people healthier and happier.
So did we clarify that? We've got spa from Belgium. We've got hot spring, which is everything.
Yeah.
And we've got an onsen, which is, apart from the actual laws, it's an image of what we want to try and push. This is what an onsen is. People relaxing, therapeutic, not in a spa sense, but the spa seems to have that already. That's
luxury.
Yeah, it's got that kind of image already, hasn't it? Some kind of therapeutic treatment. This is a little bit more, there's a cultural side to it.
Yeah, more kind of like down to earth.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
That's what I think. Just give you the image of onsen. I might want to give you this picture, which is, there you go. This is like our onsen. Right in the middle where you see a little, like a UFO shaped thing in the water, that's where the hot water is coming out from the ground directly here. And you can just enjoy this natural hot spring in this big bath. I feel like I'm in a bath right now. Yes, and we also have different bathtub, which is right next to it. It's a little bit smaller. It's hard to see, I guess. But so we have 2 different wells, onsen wells. One is, hang on.
Can I jump in the onsen with you?
No, it's
Oh,
gone.
no, it's back in the jungle.
You can't do it, sorry.
Go on, go back. Sorry.
No, that's all right. So we have different wells, two wells. One's lukewarm, which is about our body temperature, which feels like when you're in a bath, you feel like you're back in your mom's belly, like being born again. That's what I say. Anyways, and also there's different bathtub, which is much bigger. It's like a swimming pool, but it's got hot water, which is about 48 degrees. Quite hot, but we don't add water to adjust the temperature. I just adjust how much water is coming out from that little thing and adjust the water in the bathtub. So you can enjoy the hot onsen.
Tell me about you, mommy.
Yumomi, we don't do it here, but
No.
in Beppu, I guess they do a lot.
Yeah.
Yumomi is like there's a huge bathtub or whatever.
It's become like a huge tourist thing as well now.
Is it?
Yeah. a lot
I've
of
never
people
tried
come.
it.
No.
Yeah, but there's like a pool thing, which is full of hot water, like hot water, really hot, that you
think-
can't even go in.
I think it's up to 80 degrees.
Yeah. So 80 degrees, you don't want to jump in.
No.
To cool it down, instead of adding water in it, you have this like a oil for the boats, and you just mix the hot water in there to cool it down.
No. It's the design, and also the ladies that do it and the men that do it. They have a little rhythm. They have a little pattern,
It's like a singing thing.
and
I
they
guess.
sing and stuff like that. So it's I think it's a little bit touristy now, but one of the main reasons why they did that was because it doesn't change the content of the water.
Because you don't add anything.
No, you don't add anything. You don't cool it. Arigatou gozaimasu. You don't cool it with aeration or put anything else in. So
You just,
by doing it in a smooth motion, it actually keeps all the nutrients, and it keeps it pure and natural.
and natural, but just cool it down.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます. Yes.
Speaking of pure and natural, we got one of these things. Look at that.
Hey,
This is
it
what we're selling
says
here.
this way, realonsen.com. It says pure onsen. It's real onsen. Yeah, nothing's mixed.
So we had a couple of these made. We're selling these. They're flying out the door. We haven't got too many left, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good as a gift.
Cool.
Yep.
So that's it.
So that's
We've
that.
got all the definitions: spa, real onsen, hot spring, onsen, hario,
Cord and Marumigao onsen.
and ripples. So hopefully we can use this to rippling effect and get the
Yes, starts from here and then it just ripples around to the world.
yes.
Let the world know what onsen is and real onsen. Hope you can come and enjoy real onsen in Japan.
Yes, one of the one of those experiences. Hopefully, put on everyone's bucket list. Yeah,
What to do in Japan? Go to real onsen. Experience it.
thank you very much for watching this week.
Thank you.
What do we got on next week? Anything?
It's going to be a golden week.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Have we got a show, or we're going to be too busy?
We'll be doing it.
We'll do a show. We'll do a show. So we will see you next week, and it'll be on our break time, our holidays, Golden Week time. We'll tell you all about Golden Week, what Golden Week is next
Sounds
week.
gold, doesn't it?
It does. It's golden.
It is gold.
And, yep, and we'll talk about onsens and things like
Yeah.
that.
If you come to Japan during this golden week, watch out.
Everything is gold.
Everything is gold. Everything.
Very musical today, isn't it?
All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.